episode 1 of the Blackout podcast. It's been a long time coming, but we finally got it going. Shout out to Dewan for helping us put this together. Terrell, Jalen, what's up?
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What y'all want to get into first?
What we got on the notes?
Well, let's get into. I recently just watched the Lil Nas video for the first time. I know it's blowing up on social media right now.
What side of the fence are you on?
I like it. Because Lil Nas has been bashed a lot, especially on social media with everything that he's already been putting out, and everybody likes to give him backlash because of what he is, what it is that he likes as a person. Everybody's and I like the way he trolls and gives back to the community and everything like that.
But he wasn't trolling though.
Right? Oh, he has been trolling. He said, "I love fucking balls in my face." No, he does troll, but in this instance, he tried to make it a deeper message. Yeah.
I personally, I feel like there does need to be real conversation about how the confines of religion have affected homosexuals and gay people.
Mm.
It has created a lot of trauma, that rejection, and that just not allowing them to be themselves. That is a real conversation that does need to be had.
Right.
This video does not spark that conversation.
No.
Nobody is talking about that. It's all just about...
It is a lot of CGI.
I just think personally it's divisive. I think it has started a conversation. Is it a healthy conversation that allows both parties to express their feelings in a appropriate manner to come to some type of consensus of what is acceptable or
that's what I feel like. It sparked a different conversation.
It sparked a lot of negativity.
I feel like the one thing that I tuned in the most about out of that music video, there was one scene. He is in these shackles. He's changed in a gladiator. Okay. A gladiator stadium.
The whole thing was like Greek Roman influence though.
Right. But at the beginning you obviously see the serpent around the tree.
Right.
Yeah. And it touches base a little bit on religion.
Right.
Okay. But in the stadiums and everything, there are these stone figures, everybody that's bashing him, yelling at him, throwing things at him. And I believe that was his intake on society, how society's been treating him. He's in these chains and he's in these shackles, but he's still speaking what it is that he feels is right. And he's not going to let anybody cloud that, whether you try to put him in chains or you try to bash him or not. And that's what I'm behind on. That's what got me behind on that video. That rung bells for me.
How do you feel about the video?
I personally think I understand the message. I understand what he's trying to convey. But I think that he went about it a weird backwards way, because I just personally think going down to hell and giving Satan a lap dance,
that was wild.
That was just a little too much. It's like why go embrace the evil that people say you are? Why not flip it and say, hey, I'm not the evil. I'm not this. There's nothing really.
Why play into it?
But
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, he definitely did play into it. I'll definitely say that much. But out of all this bashing, he's got people that told him that he's gonna go to hell, he's gonna burn, and he even made a post afterwards. He was like, I went to hell and y'all are still mad. Like,
nah, but
he said I made a video, a whole concept of me going to hell, and look at y'all still mad. I'm not where y'all want me to be at. What's going on?
Yo, the shoes was wild.
All right, check me out.
The shoes was wild.
They were wild.
The shoes was
wild.
Stuff.
My style.
At some point, I think though, like spiritually, like where's your angle? Where's your angle?
That's what makes it mad. Okay. It's like people are doing so many like mental gymnastics to justify it. It's just like, fam, playing with the devil and demonic image, that's not cool.
And just things that are naturally the opposition of.
But even if you're not Christian, even if you're not super religious, that's still
look at
negative energy.
It's negative, yeah.
There was one scene inside of it. It was like these rooms were scribbled into a tree. You remember that they were burned into a tree.
What?
They were burned into a tree. And the beginning of that video, it was like after the serpent and everything. Yeah. What does that?
I be trying to read it. I be trying to tilt my head. See,
I don't think it's in English. It's either that or is it backwards?
It's from Plato. It says basically the two were one, and then they became separate, and they longed for each other.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it says.
Okay.
The shoes are wild. Like I didn't really care too much about the video. I'm like, all right, I get what point he's trying to make. It's a little much. It doesn't do what I think he's trying to do, but cool. The shoes is crazy.
That's my thing though.
666 on the soles.
Come on. You use
They
Luke
have
18.
They have a Bible.
You know what's crazy?
Literally.
What's crazy is that Nike really go through and sponsor that?
No. It was through a different company.
It was through Mischief.
Yeah.
A drop of human blood.
You see what I'm saying though? That's where it gets. What y'all
That's
Where do we draw the line when it comes down to style, y'all? Where would you draw the line?
That's
when it
not
comes
style,
down to
right?
fashion?
That's not even style. That's demonic shit.
You're allowed to be edgy. You're allowed to have your taste, and let alone your views. But who's truly behind getting shoes with a drop of another person's human blood in them? Will these become the new black Air Force Ones in society? When people wear these, I guess you need to stay out their way. So
it's like you're literally marketing, promoting demonic imagery to kids.
To kids, that's his main audience.
When he's saying, "Oh, it's not my job to raise your kids," it's like, bro, you went out of your way to advertise yourself to kids. You went to fucking elementary schools to perform your song. You was on Sesame Street. You made a children's book. You went out of your way.
Your audience is
kids.
And then you come out of nowhere and you turn it around from being the cowboy with glitter and everything, being bedazzled, and then I don't know.
Dancing on the devil. I remember Bridget Kelly. She said, "You have to give your audience a chance to grow with you." So going from Uptown Road to this is a drastic change like that, and that's not fair.
Uptown Road.
He had broadcasted that the song had a completely different meaning towards him. People are allowed to perceive.
Uptown Road.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say Uptown?
Old Town Road.
I feel like that's.
He thought about it completely different. Like just like if we were to make music and drop it, we have our own thoughts on it.
Yeah.
We think our own way. This song means this to us. Mm-hmm. It can be completely different to other people, and all the society got back behind it. This is a good old yee. Right. I'ma take my horse to the Old Town Road. You know.
I don't think that was a real song that he meant for it to blow up. I think it was a fucking parody.
But
he blew up, and then he had to cosplay as a cowboy for next year.
I'm going to ride to.
Bro, we have not seen him in a cowboy hat since 2019.
True. Was it true statement?
Well,
neither have we seen the yodeling Walmart boy.
That was a fad.
What?
A fad.
Oh,
stop playing.
He disappeared off the map pretty quick.
Bro, that shit is wild though.
Yeah, that's my thing. We can leave out all the religion.
It's just negative
theology.
Bad energy.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be associated?
It's evil stuff. It's evil. I'm not gonna participate. And I was pissed.
And it's like
because I was ready for the song. I told you I was ready for it. This like, man been teasing the song since last summer. It's hitting. He in the car riding. I'm like, okay. So I'm told me. I go to my friend's house. He like, you gotta watch the video, friend. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna drop to my spirit. If you watch this video, you're just gonna ruin the whole song. And what it do?
Yeah, so like, you not listen to the song?
No, I haven't. No.
You gotta watch the
video.
I'm not listening to that song. In the song, he's talking about something about what? Only came here to sin. If Eve's not in your garden, you know that you can call me. What are you promoting? What are you talking about? I'm only here to sin. If Eve is not in your garden, you know you can call me when you want. Call me when you need. Huh? What? I'm not hearing it. I'm not digesting that willingly for free.
Bro, and people are like trying their hardest to justify this and like rationalize
because they want to make stuff that's negative right.
Nah, because again, it opens up a different conversation versus like what's freedom of expression. Should you be allowed to express any viewpoint you want, anything you want, or should?
I think, yeah, because I wish somebody would tell me I can't.
Freedom of expression.
I believe that, you know, when you do try to broadcast anything that you want, I believe that people need to be accepting that you're gonna catch that backlash.
I think it is. You don't care.
Yeah. It's always gonna boil down to the fact that sometimes people are gonna have things that are over the line for them.
Right.
Okay. Right. But as to you, you might not see these lines that other people see. So you always want to express yourself. You always want to do what you want. I feel like that kind of falls into human nature. Not everybody. When you get your rise to fame, you're not really going to be thinking about how. I mean, you should. You should. I would definitely say you should.
Right. It takes time
care
to
about your
fan
base, but
how powerful your voice is.
Mm-hmm.
But do you guys think artists should be able to express anything they want? Or people in general, like, do you think there should be like true freedom of speech, freedom of expression? You can express anything you want, no matter how derogatory, no matter how hateful it is, no matter how false the information is.
Well, I would say then that's when we cross the line, because if I call somebody and say I'm gonna do a bomb threat, I'm just talking, and maybe I feel crazy today. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna do a bomb threat. It's freedom of speech, though.
Like that's a little different, though.
Yeah, but you just said no matter how.
That's a threat, though.
It's when you separate it away from the insight of a threat. Okay, let's just say I say something and openly to you, it's viewed as something that's negative.
Right.
It's derogative or however it is you want to take it. But towards me, it's just me simply vocalizing, what I'm currently thinking. I ain't got no meaning behind it. I could just be like, fuck you, and out of nowhere you could take it hostile. You can interpret it another way. But for me, I'm just joking around with you. I'm just having a good time. So it's always going to be a wishy-washy state between the two.
Yeah.
Is what I believe it will always be.
Like, should Tabitha have kept her job for expressing her display with Black Lives Matter?
No,
don't answer that question. I'm just bullshit. Don't answer.
I was saying, because I showed us and go like, hold on, nah.
But I don't know. That's interesting because I don't think you should be able to spew like hate speech. You shouldn't be able to be derogatory to like two people of different races or different sexualities. You shouldn't be able to do that.
I believe that
that is your freedom to, I guess. But
I feel like we need to draw the line with overly negative.
Right.
When it's overly negative. When you see
who decides that?
Right. Who constitutes that?
We can get online like, yo, fuck Trump. I hope he dies, and nobody cares.
But passion can always be can always be set right next to being a selfish or greedy passion. You can lose yourself in your passion. Yeah. You can be passionate about something at the same time you're greedy about getting your point across. Mm-hmm. You have your one-sided view. And you're lost in compassion. People tend to get lost in this, and I believe sometimes people truly don't think into it. What it is their podcast through. They're in the moment as soon as they're recording it. They want it live.
That's the problem. You have to be aware of your power and your influence.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to be cognizant of that.
So I believe that's where these people should, start really looking into their statuses out here in the public and everything, and actually, because a lot of people, it's portrayed, in today's society, a lot of people turn to social media, turn towards celebrities.
Right, exactly. For role models.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists, they don't care. It's like, oh, I don't want to be a role model, so I'm not a role model.
Because that's what it comes with, though. That's what it comes with. That's a package deal.
Music is one of the most influential forces in the world. Exactly. So you have to be aware of the power and the voice you have. It's going to influence kids.
If you spout, you don't give a fuck about life, doing all this negative shit. Believe me, you might try to say that your music is not for kids or anything else, but I can guarantee you kids are still listening to it. They're still with it. And all it takes is that one moment in their life where they're searching for some guidance and they tune into that song and your song's playing and they pick up on that one message out of your song and then just like that.
Let's be clear. It doesn't matter how many parental controls the parents put on it. They can't
there's
control all the content. There's always access.
In today's society, there's always access.
You can't control what they see when they go to their friend's house. Or they go to them, a friend shows them the phone. Like, you can't control
We live in a society where we're always connected to the internet. First off, everybody is always on their phone. It's all about smartphones.
But like you were saying, though, the artists can put up advisories themselves.
They can.
So
they could take charge of that.
That's a
point. The artists need to be more responsible with the imagery they put out, with the messaging they put out. But that's too much responsibility.
Because still, even at the end of the day, even if we were to put a moderator
like
on
you said, they just want all the strings they can get. Check, please.
Right.
Even if you were to put a moderator on it, who would have said the moderator written wrong when it comes down to certain subjects when they're being spoken on? Like, to watch over posts that I put on social media, because some posts do get taken down, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, some don't though.
And some don't that are still overly negative. And it's just this moderator that's in it. And it can still. And why is it I need to trust this moderator? I don't know this person.
You see Facebook start doing those fact checks. That shit is wild.
Fact checks is they lame as hell.
I think it's necessary though, but it's still just like, damn. You don't like the fact checks?
I think fact checks is a load of haga.
Why?
In a way, because I feel like they censor stuff. Because
you're spreading false information.
Yeah. But according to who though? Who is this false information? Why is this considered false information?
Because it's not.
Because it be articles out there. They be talking about what's really going on, and they be fact check. No. But according to they CDC.gov though, they not gonna tell you what's going on. They're not. So they going off of their system. The reason they start that fact checking when Hillary was having 300,000 emails.
So you don't think facts are facts?
They are facts.
Then why are you mad?
They tailoring them.
They're twisted truths.
Yeah, they twisted. Yeah. Because
ain't everything twisted truths to an extent?
True, yeah. Hey. Everybody can suspect their own version of the truth and their own version of the fact.
Their own perception.
Yeah.
Well, they need to get out of here. Let me form my own opinion. In don't blast me with fact check first, because what you selling?
Let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. In the middle, there's the truth, but you surround this truth with this lie. All right.
That's everything.
Right.
Or you surround the truth with your personal experience.
Yeah.
Right? You internalize it differently.
But most of the time, people are able to find that truth and weed out this false.
That's
info.
few and far in between, though.
Yeah, I don't think people are.
That's a lot of extra, research that a lot of people are not willing to put in.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So should we trust fact checks?
No.
Fam, I trust Wikipedia.
Really? Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is good for simple stuff.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Sort of,
they were
kind of.
born on
Wikipedia.
27th.
Yeah.
Yo, the teacher's like, don't go to Wikipedia, man.
Wikipedia don't tell you
It has
shit.
never stirred me.
Anybody
never
can
stirred
edit
me wrong.
Wikipedia though. That's why they say that.
Yo,
Anybody can go
yo,
there.
when Meek was on beefing with Drake, they said nigga died by singing nigga on his Wikipedia.
Wikipedia got
they
jokes.
said cause of death body by singing nigga.
See, that's the type of stuff. That's why they say don't trust
Man, it has never steered me wrong.
I use Wikipedia
I've
to this
read
day.
more reports on Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's right there.
No, I didn't
They
say
break
the
it down.
source, but
Ooh.
it worked.
Is it true that they use like a special software to see if you plagiarize? Apparently,
Professors?
yeah.
I hope not.
Because apparently they do.
Were you
They've been saying that
plagiarizing
for-
my papers?
No, I wasn't. Stop killing me! No, I don't
Was the
plagiarize.
money worth it?
I don't plagiarize, but
Was the money
apparently
worth it?
they have a software because they have like a database of all the stuff online, so they can go through and see like if you use words.
That's why you change up the words. You don't quote it exactly.
Quote on
Well, they count paraphrasing as plagiarism too if you don't sign it. If you don't sign it,
paraphrases.
no.
Well, word things is crazy.
I'm just
I
really
start
thinking
using
about
my slang in it. And
I
it's
believe you.
cool.
I believe you.
small motherfucker.
Hey, I want to ask y'all something.
Yeah.
Y'all hear about the YG situation?
No, I'm not.
Break it down for
on
me
the
again.
YG
Okay.
situation.
So YG released the album My Crazy Life in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
One of those songs is called Meet the Flockers, where he's talking about how him and his homies used to go out and rob niggas.
Mm.
Now, you know all these Asian hate crimes that have been going on today, right?
Yeah.
One line of the songs, he says, find a Chinese neighborhood because they don't believe in bank accounts. YouTube has taken that song off of their platform. They took the whole album off, and Apple Music and Spotify took that whole album off of their platforms. It's back up now, but now they censored out that whole line.
Like YouTube and everybody took that down.
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
YouTube need to do some work, especially when it comes down to their services and everything, because I can literally search up hate songs right now that have been on YouTube for years that
That's what
have
makes-
almost
it's just
millions and
consistency.
millions of views.
Well, it's something that it just depends on what's highlighted at the moment. We're talking about Asian
That's what
lives.
makes me mad, because these
Now they
corporations
care
don't
about
really
it.
give a fuck.
No, they don't.
At all.
They care about
No.
public opinion and which way it sways, and that's which way they'll bend. Like that shit
Well,
pisses
then-
me off.
Well,
These
you know,
labels do it.
it's popular. It's popular, consensus though. If everybody's saying stop Asian hate, well, they can't just sit by and not say stop Asian hate, unless they get
But
targeted.
They do in some instances. Like if it's not popping at the time, they not care. Like again, that YG song's been out for 7 years,
Yeah.
and they're just now taking it out because it's popular. It's trending to stop Asian hate. The only reason Nike is suing Mischief for doing this is because it got public critique.
It's so controversial.
So it's been for
Exactly.
7 years, and
So
it's just now, it's
controversial.
really current. Somebody is just now going into it, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey,
Exactly. This has been out for 7 years and nobody give a fuck.
that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of mysterious.
That's
just a little
all
bit.
That's all these corporations though. They don't really care about social issues.
So are they wrong for it though?
You also,
For
For
also-
being because what if they coming from the angle they want to stay on top of what's going on, so they don't want to be a part. They don't want to be counted in that number of.
I
But at the
don't-
same time-
I understand why they're doing that.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just don't want the public to be like, yeah, they stand with us.
Oh,
They don't really give a fuck about you.
right,
No.
right.
They care about that bottom line.
Right.
If this is going to
Yeah.
affect their bottom line, they're going to side with you. If it doesn't, they're going to keep it moving.
Right.
And still, even with these situations going on, it can still just be a play for publicity. Still, even with that, it can always go to several different narratives when it comes down to shit like this.
Bro, like you guys think these brands really care about Black Lives Matter?
No, their scene was currently, broadcasting in society. It's an outcry, so they're like, you know what they really fucking did? They posted hashtag BLM in their fucking bio status for us, and
Or when you log on,
the
they
NBA
give
put
you
Black Lives Matter on the court for one season. That shit's gone.
gone.
You can have all little catchphrases on.
Because you know why? It was something.
I can't breathe now. All that shit's gone.
You saw that no matter where you went, the shit was happening. It was in the world. So that's what they all got on.
What if they just want to show
Why
their
stop
support?
it though?
Oh, so see, this is where you find negatives in society. All right, so you supported it, right? You went out here, you put it out, for a whole season. Why go down after one season? Did it stop having a meaning? Did it go away?
George Floyd's trial just started.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Well, Derek's trial just started. Floyd is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Floyd is gone.
Yeah. But you know what I meant.
Yeah. My thing is, speaking of that, I've been seeing a lot of. They've been exploiting these folks' feelings on the trial. They asking them over and over again, "Is this what they saw?"
On the trial?
They've been asking them detail for detail. What did you see and all this other stuff? Asking them over and over again. I think one of the dudes they was asking, did he get angry at the cop? And he was like, "You're not gonna pay me out to be angry. I told you. I got assertive." They just constantly try. My thing is, I just feel like they shouldn't even be this long. Yeah, it shouldn't even be this long drawn out, trial. The man killed. You were in the wrong, officer. In the wrong. You had your foot on somebody, your knee on somebody's neck.
It's funny.
And that's not proper procedure.
On trial is saying, he went too far. That's not protocol. That's not
What's the trial?
Up.
Yeah, what is it for?
I need a speedy trial. Get him out of here. You should lock him up.
Because you get taught how to restrain. Don't get it wrong. You get taught how to restrain, but never in any kind of education school are you meant to restrain somebody by putting your knee on their neck. You can put it into their back
for 8 minutes.
Yeah. And especially when somebody is vocal, even when it comes down to Geneva Conventions inside of the military.
He was vocal.
If somebody surrenders to you, you're not allowed to treat them unjustly or anything like that. Mm-hmm. If somebody is vocally saying to you several times out loud, there's the line's already been crossed. The line is gone. Why is it that this is something that needs to be brought to court? Why is it viewed in a way that it can be defended?
But it still has to be tried. You can't just convict someone.
They can't.
We were just saying, proven innocent until proven guilty.
But that's guilty on evidence, though. That's video
evidence.
Has
to go through the process,
bro. I feel like some stuff don't need to take.
It's the same logic we was just talking about when rappers get accused of things. It has to be
some stuff don't need to take, but they have to go and find that evidence. They got to go and find.
You got to be consistent, innocent until proven guilty.
Boy.
He has to go through the legal process. Do y'all think he's gonna get convicted?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let it not happen.
I hope he does. He should. He
definitely should.
If they want us to rip this country from the thread.
Beat Rodney King on camera. They surrounded that nigga and beat him half to death, and all the niggas got off innocent. So I'm not surprised by him.
Right. What's his name? George Zimmerman is.
Bro, he's living his best
life.
That's crazy.
Then he got what?
He was on the damn beach. The last one that was posted about him.
He sold the gun. He killed Trayvon with.
That's sick.
Are you serious?
I read that somewhere. I don't know how accurate it is, but I read it. This shit is disgusting.
That is very.
It is disgusting. He got a whole bag.
Huh?
Off of money.
Money.
Got a whole bag, a sack.
Yeah.
Off of what? Killing somebody wrongfully? And beating the case?
That shit is wild.
Welcome to America.
It seems like out of everything, we've talked about thus far, you can literally, it seems in today's society, if you can catch the public's view and get a couple of people back behind you whenever you do something, you literally have the potential to do anything these days.
That's a fact.
That's a
fact. Once it becomes a trend,
if it becomes,
cool, you can do whatever fuck you want.
That's culture and society for you.
Yeah, and that's the society we live in now. Where you can broadcast doing some stupid shit and people hissing you out. And if it's negative, you get a lot of people that want to be negative with you. Yeah.
Boom.
That's the culture though. You got a whole bunch of people who don't want to think for themselves. Don't want to form their own opinion.
But the thing that's baffling me is like you see these celebrities with their posts and everything and their arguments. But the thing that really baffles me is these people that want their 5 seconds of fame in the comment section.
What you mean?
People, I've never seen
niggas
people.
Can't comment?
No, but I've never seen people go to such extreme, of this bashing and everything. Like, people want the likes. Like, they want to be known for saying the most negative,
retweet,
absurd,
share.
Yeah, just for no reason. Just, they want to tag along. They want to bandwagon what's going on right now.
Yeah. So you saying we never slammed nobody in comments?
You know me, I've barely ever been on social media my whole life, so I ain't ever really been.
I did it one time. I don't think it's slandered enough. When Jesse Smollett got clicked off the Empire, I was like, bet. I said, I'm gonna watch the show just to see him not be on the show because I can't believe it. That was it.
Yo, when Tariq killed Ghost, I was going crazy.
I ain't never seen Power.
Yo.
I'm sorry, you watched Empire before?
I think I watched like.
All right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta check that out.
I think I watched the first season of Power.
You watched the first?
It's 6 seasons, bro.
I only watched the first season.
I hate y'all niggas.
What?
I still ain't watching Snowfall. Put y'all on everything.
I still ain't watching Snowfall.
That's crazy.
It's Snowfall good.
Huh? Snowfall's amazing. It's better than Power.
For real?
Have I ever streamed you wrong?
Nah, what is it streamed on?
Huh? It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu, for real?
Yeah.
So less, I got a new show.
I didn't watch Atlanta either.
You didn't watch Atlanta?
I need to get into more black content. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I've been watching
that's
competition
the one that's
game
by
shows.
Childish Gambino, correct?
Yeah. I've been watching game shows and stuff.
I think the last episode I watched
You
about
see
that.
competitions and stuff.
But all the time?
Either that, if I'm not watching that, I'm watching one of my truther pages. I'm watching something about how to wake up.
Yo.
Or some pop music, for real. Some pop music, for real. Or if that, I'm just turning on my meditation. I'm going to bed.
You haven't seen Insecure either? Or like Grownish?
I ain't seen Insecure. I ain't seen Grownish. I
haven't watched Grownish either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Blackish. I need to catch. I just
Blackish.
was thinking I need to catch up on some black content for real, because I'm be like, whoa. I don't even listen. I don't listen to hip hop for real.
No, you're sick.
So,
you're a sick dude.
I just like what I like. Dude. I like pop music. There's black people in pop music.
Name 5.
Michael Jackson.
No, present, nigga.
Present? Alright, hold on. Pop music.
5.
Bruno Mars.
Alright.
Okay.
The Weeknd.
Okay.
R&B.
Stop playing you.
R&B.
I'm not gonna. I'm a whole. No, I'm gonna give The Weeknd.
He
went with pop for 4 years, nigga.
Doesn't he have a pop? Doesn't he have a pop song that's playing on the radio right now?
Blinding Lights.
Majority is R&B.
I would say it's even.
It's not.
Starboy is pop as hell. Tell me
that's
it's not.
1.
All right, hold on. Pause. Hold on. No, what's the other album?
My Dear Melancholy is R&B.
It is R&B.
Behind the Madness is R&B.
Yeah,
Trilogy's R&B.
Hold on, nigga.
Explains R&B.
Hold on, nigga. After Hours.
R&B.
That's R&B pop. Blinding Lights, nigga.
He's an R&B.
All right, hold on. So
he's become so big that he can be considered
Bruno Mars.
You can still use. Nah. Can't take that one away.
You got Bruno. Go ahead.
Bruno. Hold on.
We got to cut some stuff out because you taking so long.
Be Trey Songz.
Janet.
I mean, Trey Songz.
I said present, nigga.
Man, leave me alone, man. Hey, I listen to my pop music.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very limited right now. Not gonna lie, especially
that's alright. That's not even on me.
Pop is trash.
It's not. It's
trash.
totally good music.
To every person their own in this world.
No, fuck that.
How?
Pop is
all right,
trash. Who y'all got? Taylor Swift,
Katy Perry, Ariana.
You're not fucking with Drake.
Troye Sivan.
With Drake.
I got my lemon pepper steppers on.
So?
Any way, shape, or form?
So?
No.
Ariana is fucking with Drake.
Cat.
No.
What?
No.
Alright, okay, alright.
I definitely believe that Ariana's fan base will kind of snap off because Drake don't really have a fan base. He has listeners.
Has Ariana sold 1 million first week?
That's okay.
Has she sold 1 million first week?
Taylor Swift fucking with Drake?
No quality. Not music quality.
That's for you. That's personal. That's personal. That's personal. Because I personally think Taylor Swift's catalog is wow.
You think Taylor Swift is a better artist than Drake?
Let's ask Kanye.
Huh?
Right, let's ask Kanye.
I said, let's ask Kanye.
Kanye fell off.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Kanye fell off.
Man.
Prove me wrong. Jesus King was trash.
It was good.
It was trash.
Yeah, it was good.
That was
a concept album. It was good.
That was trash. Now, Kids See Ghosts is fire.
All right, it's good. I have listened to that.
Kanye fell off.
Oh no.
Yeah, and social media's definitely hitting him on this whole entire kind of separation between him and Kim right now as well. I'm not sure if y'all have been caught up on all of that.
I have a question. Yeah. Why do people blame Kim for all of his mental breakdowns?
Well, let's actually look into the evidence. Kanye been breaking down a long time before Kim.
Because he was stuck in the industry with Satanists.
I believe his...
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
I believe Kanye's really changed after, he's done even openly spoken, like after he lost his mom He ended up getting into a car accident after that, and I believe there might have been something.
He got into a car accident
Before his mama, yeah.
Was it before?
Yeah, that was like through the wire. That was first.
That was before he dropped his first album.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
But I believe that even after he's just kind of sustained like this impact in his mind, I believe that's what's kind of troubling him. And I feel like that also should broadcast that a lot of people, even celebrities today and age, you don't know about their mental health states. That's not something that they broadcast on social media. It's not something you'll get betrayed the bad side of it, but you don't know the full story behind it.
That's why I respected Kanye so much when he actually did come out and talk about it and talk about how he's suffering from bipolar disorder. Mm-hmm. But then now he's saying, "No, I was misdiagnosed. I was just overexhausted." And it's like, no, you're clearly something's clearly wrong with you.
Okay, but what if that's really it though? Okay, check me out though. What if that's really the answer? You can't accept that?
That's not really the answer though.
You don't know that. What
he's telling you, I can look at him and tell
you believed him when he told you he had a problem. Now he's telling you that this is actually the root of the problem. You don't want to believe that. Because it makes
sense. He's a very erratic.
Okay, why can't that make sense?
I just told you, he's very erratic. He's very unhinged. He doesn't have concise, clear thoughts.
But they can also be a certain type of personality that way. The thing I want to say, who are we to diagnose anyone?
A doctor, nigga?
We are not doctors.
Doctors.
No, but if a doctor told him he suffers from bipolar disorder, he's already been diagnosed.
Right.
You know what we need? We need the papers to say that he was misdiagnosed. All right, he need to show that evidence because until he guilty thus far because he done proved. You say innocent until proven guilty, right?
What?
You're innocent until proven guilty.
How does that apply here?
Because right now he just living his life. He said he's misdiagnosed, so he innocent right now, bro. He innocent.
Bro is a billionaire. That's crazy.
How much? It's more than one though.
It's like $6 billion.
He's out here like Batman, and he's going crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
That shit's crazy. Yo.
Modern day Bruce Wayne. The streets of Gotham
City.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead. No, my bad.
What's about something?
We had something else we was gonna really hit on. After YG, it was something else. Oh, we already talked about it.
Really?
Yeah.
We flew past
it. Oh, yeah, we sure did. Hold on. We sure wrapped that up.
I was about to say something. You fucked me.
I know, my bad.
Yeah, about artists. But yeah, we never know what artists are really going through.
Right.
And that's why I really respect artists who do come out and talk about it. Show you like they are human. They do have different facets to their personality.
Y'all know what I'm trying to get some more insight on?
What's up?
Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm not talking about this right now.
Hey,
talking about that? Y'all want to get into that?
Y'all
want to get into that?
I'm not talking about this.
Alright.
Not on episode 1.
Alright.
I'm not talking about this.
Alright.
To be continued. Most definitely. To be continued.
Fam, I hope DMX is okay.
That's wild. Speaking of DMX and Demi.
Demi's fine for right now. I hope DMX is okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to you about this earlier. It's just, you would think someone that righteous and that connected with God, like, it would get easier at some point.
This goes to show that a lot of things get portrayed one way, but they're never really as they seem. People are constantly fighting demons, and that's something that's not gets brought to the light.
Yeah.
Because he looked like he was doing like so much better, bro. Like, I was watching his interviews. He looked so much clearer, so much healthier. Like, he was looking like he was just really doing good. And, I really hope he comes out.
Do we know? Was he like continuously using, or was it just like one of these one times? He was just
I don't know, because he's been in rehab like multiple times.
Oh
wow,
multiple times.
I don't know, but I hope you make it out of this. What else have we got?
Definitely keeping DMX in the prayers for sure.
DMX.
What else have we got?
I don't know.
Did y'all ever answer my question?
What's up?
About censorship versus
that's what I was talking. But I thought
I don't think we ever came to like a
right. Because that's what I was gonna go back to. I was like, we kind of talked about it, but we ain't.
Should there be censorship?
I don't know, because I be feeling like I want to say what I want to say too, but
you're not saying anything like derogatory or inflammatory. You're not saying like,
he might not be right now, but in the future he might feel some type of way.
You feel me? You're
like
not,
how I said, you can get lost in that spark of passion.
Huh?
What'd
you say?
I said, like, even though he might not be feeling some type of way right now, it could, just like I brought up, someone could feel compassionate about something one day. Something happens in the world, and you decide you want to speak your insight on it. Your insight might not always be positive, or it might not always, affect people in the way that you think it's going to. So
you think you should be able to still voice that no matter what?
I believe that people's voices need to be heard, and I believe at the end of the day, you will take away from something what you want to. You can hear and see the message that's being broadcast to you, but you can still choose. Like, you can hear the information, but you can still choose what it is you want to take away from it. Just like me and you could have a decent conversation, and I could say one negative thing. You might cling to that one negative thing and forget the rest of that conversation. So, but I still believe just
having like pure hate speech.
Right.
True.
Now, like racists just getting online being, yo, fuck all black people. They're monkeys. Should they be allowed to voice that?
No.
Yeah, there should definitely be censorship.
That's such a
because that's still a problem that
like
is
primitive at this point.
It's pretty big out in society today. There's still a lot of prejudice and stuff that might not be brought up around you, or you might say that you don't see it, but it is still out there in the world. Don't ever believe that it is not. It is still there. It is still there. So I believe that when you openly allow stuff like this to be posted on social media, you make it seem as if it is okay. You know, because there can be some people that come from that kind of prejudice, and you're just fueling them. You're fueling.
I feel like you just went against your point, though.
Truly, yeah.
Well, I say if there's no censorship, then if you're trying to do all this hate speech and you're making threats and stuff, you can just be easily put to jail because you're out in the open. Caught.
I remember I was watching this one video and they were saying like they should be allowed to openly express that,
right? And
there should be that open dialogue, because you shaming someone and canceling isn't going to change their mind. It's not going to make them less racist.
No.
Oh. If anything, they're just going to like go into like these echo chambers that reinforce all these negative ideas, and they just go darker and darker. So there should be these open dialogues and these open engagements, so they can get other perspectives.
But when shit is like openly broadcasting, it's just fucking hate.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm trying to like speak on, like, when you say it's just somebody and they're spewing nothing but hate. Like, I believe everybody's entitled to the voice, and I feel like that's why this one will always be something that's wishy-washy. It'll always have to play both sides. Like, I don't want to take someone's voice away from them and make them feel like they're unheard. But at the same exact time, when you're spewing nothing but negative views on the world and everything, because, I mean, believe it or not, there'll always be some people that'll be willing to get behind you. Like, regardless of who you are, and bandwagon you and your voice. Like, you can fuel somebody's mind to hate. Like, you can really give the energy to that person to go out and do things like this. Yeah. So I believe inevitably there should be that line with censorship where things need to get toned down or things need to get taken down as soon as they're brought up.
Does that help the person that feels the way that they're feeling with the negative hate speech? Does that help them if they stuff just getting constantly taken down?
I believe.
Does that not open the door to that dialogue?
I could see that if you see that it is constantly taken down because it is viewed as a negative remorse, I feel like you should eventually look into it, try to reword it, and then try to broadcast why it is, and it's obviously being taken down because you're saying some things in there that are going to get taken down in the first place. When you're calling people certain names,
But check me out. If you, like you said though, if you always gonna have somebody to side with you, if somebody's taking somebody's taking your stuff down, you're like, they took my shit down.
If you truly believe this in your heart of hearts, it don't matter how many times they take it down. You still gonna believe this.
Yeah. So is there a solution to?
Will there be a solution?
Or is it just block it all?
Question: how did y'all feel about all these social media companies like banning Trump?
I thought that was the wildest. He was the sitting president at the time. Now I thought that was some wild shit.
For me, I believe as the president of the United States, you're still standing. You haven't been taken out of office shit. I believe as the president, it still falls down. Like, it kind of took away a sense of power and like the way I view the president. Like, how can you do that to the president of our?
He's not a fucking king. He doesn't have like.
It's not about being a king, but
the president.
Do you know what Congress is?
But see.
Yes.
Wasn't that censorship?
They can veto.
Wasn't that censorship? That's what got him taken off of social media. Was there censorship? Wasn't it?
They were saying he was inciting violence with the whole Capitol storm thing.
Yeah.
So they banned him from all social media.
So he lost his freedom of speech because he was inciting, and they hit him with that censorship.
Really influence.
Yeah.
My issue with that is, I guess it goes back to our original point. These media companies, corporations, they don't really give a fuck. Nah. He's been inciting violence, encouraging violence for a long time.
Now they come right up to the Capitol building. Now
they have public support. They have public support.
You
like,
see who
this is like the one incident where even Republicans were like, "Yo, this is wild. This is disgusting. We can't even support this. We can't rationalize this. We can't justify this." Nah. So that's when they decided they wanted to.
Hey, guess what? It's about time. Sorry, Mr. Trump, you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
What you think?
These niggas don't really care. How I feel about Trump being banned from everything. I don't know. I'm torn on it because like these social media apps, they do have guidelines and regulations that we all agree to before we hop on. These are privately owned companies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they say you can't incite violence and shit like this. And you agree to it when you make your account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not wrong, but I feel like it sets a dangerous precedent because if you're going to implement this consistently, that's a slippery slope. Like you've been saying about a lot of things. You could ban a lot.
Take the time and read
a lot of stuff.
A lot of
everything, really.
That's how I feel about the whole like I don't want to speak about the whole Tory situation, but I don't like how the industry is treating it. Like they're completely blackballing. You have these streaming companies like Spotify, Apple Music,
they got one job.
Tidal, like completely removing him from all of their playlists. And like this man has the #1 album on Apple Music, and then you can't find him in the new releases section. Like they shadow banned him. Like that is crazy. Your job is to distribute music, not to play moral police.
But that just goes to show how they pretty much don't give a fuck when it comes down to that line, and it feels like hey, this might fuck us up in the long run. They'll blackball you. They'll get
That's
you
what I'm saying. But it's like there's so many artists who have similar situations. Yeah. From Roddy Ricch, who had a domestic violence situation. From the baby who slapped a female in the middle of a club. Fab fucking knocked his girl's front teeth out. Like, there's so many artists that have so many different situations where it's like, y'all not doing that to them. Young boy was literally caught on video body slamming his girlfriend, and nobody gives a fuck.
They was wrestling. No.
but where's the consistency?
It's public opinion at that point.
What is that consistency? Why are streaming services taking a stance on 6ix9ine snitching?
True.
This is music. This ain't the streets. Why are y'all banning him and blackballing him? When that doesn't make sense.
Because at the end of the day, there's going to be a separation from it. I mean,
but if your job is to distribute music, why are you trying to play police?
Why are you going to blackball somebody?
You're trying to play to like some street politics. That don't make any sense.
And you're not that. You're not that. All y'all labels.
They want to show they have a voice too. That's why.
But they're not being consistent. So how real is that? They don't care. They don't really care.
They only pick up on it when it's streamlined media. Like when it's something that really gets broadcasted. That's the only time they've ever really showed that they give a fuck.
Like the public doesn't even really care because it's just like, oh, it's Tory allegedly shot somebody. Fuck him. Oh, 6ix9ine's a snitch. Fuck him. But it's like, this is gonna happen to artists y'all really care about, and then y'all gonna be outraged.
Yep.
Right.
It makes Max a few years ago. Spotify they released a statement that they was going to start basically doing this. They're gonna start blackballing artists who have any type of domestic violence situations, or if they have like hate speech or like perpetuate violence in their music, they were going to remove them from all playlisting, right?
Right.
And then it was a complete outrage. You have so many artists who like, if you do this, I'm taking my music off of your platform. I remember Kendrick and TDE did that. A lot of Taylor Swift, I think she spoke out against it. A lot of artists took a stand against that. So they're like, all right, we're not going to do that anymore. But they slowly implemented it back just with certain artists when they have the court of public opinion on their side.
Okay, but all right. Public opinion.
But nobody realizes that because again, it's like, oh, fuck 6ix9ine, fuck Tory. But this is going to happen. Watch this shit happen to like Drake or something.
Yeah, and then you're gonna see a lot of fucking people in they fucking feelings.
Don't let it happen to my girl Taylor. She already got to re-record all her old music. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're gonna be outraged. The Swifties are gonna go crazy.
I got my lemon pepper steppers on.
Bye. Bye. I'm not even hearing that. Drake is corny. I rest my case. He's a cornball. He's a cornball. He's a cornball. He's just corny. I just listen to Woyo. Shut your ass up, man.
Hey, I bet he's humbly accept that title.
He probably would, because he's a cornball.
This man's made. He wouldn't care what title you gave him. This man got a mansion, acres.
He made Tootsie Slide for TikTok.
That's cool. It's still number one.
Yep.
So, because he's the op.
He did his job.
Oh my gosh.
That's
why he corny.
Music.
That's why you corny. That's corny.
Why? Because an artist knows how to hit a niche. Like when something is popping and when something is
don't say that. Don't say that.
You think other artists don't try to do that and fail?
They do.
Don't be calling them corny just because he knows how to broadcast his music and let it out at the right time.
I say it's corny.
Some of these artists need to start looking up to people that's been holding thrones for a long ass time.
I am. He be looking all, get you. Now you British.
Hey.
You don't write shit. You know that. Don't even. Hey, we not gonna do that. All right now.
He's still ranked higher than Nicki all time.
So?
All right then.
Right.
Shut your mouth.
I bet he would too. He got 45 writers. I know. The Weeknd, Party Next Door, 40. Wouldn't be here.
Wasn't Safari writing for Nicki?
No, she wasn't. Stop playing. No, he wasn't.
That's not what he said.
You seen what he wrote, and he put his music out. So we're not even gonna do that.
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, if he was.
Quentin Miller. Damn.
Who?
Quentin Miller ain't never had a hit.
We seen the product of Safari's work.
We seen the product of Quentin Miller.
Where is that? Who is that?
Exactly.
Who is he?
Exactly.
All right. Okay. What did he do?
Yeah,
who he write for?
Drake.
Quentin Miller wrote for Drake.
That's what started this whole thing. When he exposed Quentin Miller for being Drake's ghostwriter.
Right.
Okay.
But we know that, right?
I'm all about.
You can't say. But on top of this, though, Safari didn't put out his own music. And it damn sure don't sound like no puns and no bars.
So did Quentin Miller.
It don't sound like no puns and no bars. All these sons.
Do y'all really care about writing?
I believe as a startup, as an artist,
I guess with hip
hop, I feel like it would really show like what you bring to the table. You know, your versatility.
I would say I do care.
Yeah, cause
I like to see if somebody wrote something or actually had a hand in it, even if it's 5 folks.
But does that really affect how you hear the music or how you perceive the music?
At the end of the day, you always hear tone of voice, but the message can always be different. If
I
I'm
like
actually hearing something that you writ compared to what somebody else
personality.
Yeah.
If I know that you actually,
because then I know it's coming from
you. It feels more real.
You can have the personality without writing it though.
Right, we ain't talking about that. We talking about writing though.
Yeah.
If I see that,
I like the personality, but someone
you did
personality in the music, like personal experience.
Well, you can insinuate personality when
someone can still write for your personal experience. Damn.
Can they? Whole time
that happens all the time.
I don't like that. No, I like to see if somebody wrote it themselves or had a hand in it. It just make me feel like they actually connected to the music they put down.
Does it feels more authentic?
Yeah, and I was just thinking about her. Okay. I ain't saying I like her music.
You do like her music.
I do. But I didn't say that's not a deal breaker though. If they don't write, that's not a deal breaker.
Kanye.
Right. I'm saying though, if I do know that you had a personal hand in writing your personal story and your music, it makes me feel more connected to you as an artist. Makes me feel like you're more genuine. Not saying that you're not.
That's cap.
It's not cap. It's not cap.
Because I wouldn't change anything.
All right, so SZA.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't change anything for you.
Oh.
Because if you really just enjoy the music,
it don't change nothing, but I appreciate it. I appreciate. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate it. It's like, oh damn, you okay? Cool. You wrote this. This is yours. Made me feel like you had something to say for real.
Does writing affect how you rank rappers or artists?
If you talking about Nicki, yeah.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about in general.
Say that for me.
I ain't gonna lie. I would say yeah. Go ahead and say it again.
Say that for me one more time.
Does like songwriting affect how you rank them?
I'm taking it back. I don't know. I don't know.
Again, Kanye doesn't write, but like you can't say he's not one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Same thing with Drake. At this point, you just can't say Drake is not one of the greatest rappers.
Because I believe, like, shit, when it comes down to Drake, this is why I'm like, all right, Drake got that shit. When you done make it so far in your career, right, and you've done, set yourself up nicely. You got this house, like you've achieved that dream, and you feel like you've made those people proud of you who put you on, like. I believe if I had that and I would set myself up in life, even if I started off being my own writer and I was writing music for myself, I believe, I got a decade in. it finally coming to, I got so much money and people start giving me suggestions for songs they got written that they think I would sound nice on. Right. My ear is wide open. And you can definitely come sit at the table. We can have a discussion.
You're basing this off of 10 years after you done did
this. Not right at the beginning. Because
I believe for 10 years. So
I believe in the beginning that it needs to be written because I believe it's all like don't let somebody say, hey man, I wrote this song. Why don't you hop in the booth, spit this for me? Because I'm not gonna know who you are as an artist. That's something your fucking friend wrote for you. But even if you did and you didn't broadcast that your friend had written that for you, then you're just portraying a lie. Because then eventually you're gonna try to release something that you had written, and then that's where you get this fucked up sense of artistry.
Right.
It doesn't seem like versatility. You're instantly like, how the fuck did you go from this? And now I'm like, okay.
Good question though. Who do y'all rank higher, Drake or Kendrick?
It depends on the topic we're talking about. Like, are we talking about lyricists?
Who's the better rapper?
Kendrick. Hands down. Kendrick.
Who's better all around?
All around.
Kendrick.
I say content too.
There's a message to be received.
Why do y'all say Kendrick?
Because Kendrick can actually touch base on actual situations.
I don't know.
Drake does bops. Drake does bops.
Kendrick seems connected to his music. It's a different feeling you get.
You don't think Drake sounds connected to his music?
Why don't we ask Quentin?
I mean, Quentin wasn't.
You know what? And here's my thing. You know what? Because like for me, I can cover a song and I can be connected to that song. So I would say he could be connected to it. I just appreciate that hands on. I appreciate that.
What was Take Care releases like early 2000s?
2011.
2011.
What is it?
And it was more like it was like that slow sad shit.
Yeah.
All right.
The Weeknd.
One niche that any artist can hit when you rise to fame, you can release a sad. You can release that sad, slow shit, artful shit. Any artist, I feel like that's something that every artist eventually does. Like you can make. Okay, you can look at The Weeknd's versatility, how he's risen to pop music now, but back then, most of his variety of songs.
You say any artist can do that?
I believe that. Depends on your genre.
Give me an example.
Depends on your genre.
Who can't tap into that?
What do you want to think? Like a rock artist can't? I believe that anybody can tap into actually making something personal.
No, anyone can, but not everyone does.
Yeah. I feel like you might have aware of that a little bit.
So that's what because I'm thinking like there's a lot.
I believe that Kendrick really he meets that fucking high top, like that high top note in your fucking head when you want to listen to something.
You don't think Drake does?
I'm gonna be real. I could be telling that Drake be getting his shit written and everything else because it just seems like
how?
Because bro, it's a jig, bro. It's a whole jig. You can't. All right, man. We can go back to Take Care. Take Care when you listen to Take Care.
Nothing was the same. I don't know who wrote what.
But
I know he ain't right there. Woyoy.
What?
That British rap he was doing.
Why
don't you think he wrote that?
Man, that had to be somebody that
was a
Daily
demo
Dumpy.
that he got,
Brown
bro.
Daily. You can give us the insight on that.
That was a demo that he got, bro, and he recorded that. Oh, you're not writing that, bro. I know you're not writing that. You can't even write.
Wrote it.
I can see it in you. You can't write that.
That's my problem with Drake. Is that we don't know what he wrote.
Yeah.
It's like what we're saying. It's a little bit lie mixed in with truth. So it's like everything just becomes tainted.
He said he couldn't be here without them niggas.
The moment that
he wouldn't be here without them niggas.
Everybody needs a team behind him.
Hey, you heard what I said.
We don't know what he wrote.
Alright.
But there's that line definitely as an artist that when you cross that line and you do broadcasts that people write your songs for them and then you go to, play them and perform them, it kind of, I wouldn't say diminishes you, but it kind of makes it hard to get behind stuff you're saying. You can have a bop. A bop is something that people can always get behind. It can always be a social media trend. But, let's say somebody wrote a song for you and, you got her talking about some wishy-washy ordeal with the relationship. Everybody can always, it's like, it doesn't seem like a personal intake for me.
But Drake raps about his real relationships.
I was saying, Beyonce got the song called Sandcastles, and you couldn't tell me she didn't write it until I found out she didn't write it. And I thought she was dead ass talking about her and Jay-Z.
Saying. Like
I would have really
as
thought.
a fan, who's writing what.
And I found out she didn't write none of it.
Song. You still love that song, don't you?
Yeah.
I wonder how big the variety is out of songs they're able to pick from people that are like suggested to them. Like songs that are written that people want to perform. who's to say that they can't like really find one that genuinely matches like or kind of matches up with their lifestyle. So we were talking about it earlier, man. Maybe they can get behind it, and actually put personality and actually feel attached to it, even though it wasn't written by them, and still put on as if it was their genre and exactly what they're coming across.
I'm a hoe. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That was it.
Really quickly, this is it's in music, so I'm gonna mention it. I just found out that music is the only like art form that you don't have to ask permission for to like remake it by the artist.
It what?
Like you don't have to like basically like if you're gonna use something from a book from a Stephen King, you gotta go to Stephen King and be like, hey, can I use this? He can tell you that no.
You have to do that with music.
Music as well.
No, you don't. You can get all you have to do is get a license. You can cover any song.
You have to get it cleared.
No, you don't have to get permission from the artist though.
You have to get permission from whoever owns it.
Right. If the artist don't own it,
but you still have to get permission.
Not from the artist. That's my point.
From whoever owns it.
Somebody like should be the artist.
I mean, if they own
it. I mean,
okay.
That's their music.
Do the artists not own anything then? Like what?
There are engineers. There are engineers to everything else that are laid out. You have to go through engineers.
Owns a piece of that record. From the engineer, the producer, the label, the sample, whoever owns the sample.
It's definitely deeper than the artist when it comes down to music. People tend to get so attached. Hey, y'all ever had this? Y'all listen to a song and for some reason y'all more intertwined with the backbeat and everything else that's going on, and y'all ain't listening to the words. Right. Yeah. There's that same differentiation. Like everybody wants to own their shit. And
everybody owns a piece of that record.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that's crazy though.
You just gonna pay the artist to get that beat. Right. Engineer like hell no.
That's crazy though. I didn't know that. Got that from my guy Prince.
Prince.
Yeah. He went through all his stuff with Water, bro. All the deals and all that stuff he was going through. Slave.
I didn't like that.
What? Why not?
I don't like when people try to refer to their record contracts as slavery.
I remember you
should have read that contract.
It's like you signed it.
You should have read that contract.
And we had this conversation before. Yeah. It's like
the money sounded nice.
At one point in time, this still benefited you. You took that advance.
Right, you took that $100 million
advance. That
advance
changed your life. Now the label has to recoup that.
And you gonna work for it. You gonna give me it however many albums I want.
Now are these contracts exploitative? Yes. But again, you agreed to these terms, and these terms benefited you at one point.
That cash did. That dollar sign.
Yeah, imagine, man, you opening up that little paper contract, giving you all that fucking hope, and you look at it at first, and you just be so happy.
Like you can't just have it when it's beneficial. You can't just agree to something and then when
read your contracts.
Even that's hard, bro. These contracts be crazy.
Independent.
I don't think everyone's meant for independence though.
Nope.
Like a lot of people will benefit
distribution
from
deals.
label.
Tell me something.
And I feel like there's a cap on where you can get if you're independent.
Right.
Like a biz.
Chance.
Even Chance though. Chance was big, but he was never as big as like Kendrick, J. Cole, or Drake. And then Chance has slowed down a lot from where he was a few years ago. That trash ass album didn't help. That shit was trash.
Oh shit!
I don't know why he did. I mean, hey, it was decent.
I'm just saying it would help having a machine behind you that can spend millions of dollars marketing and promoting you.
Yeah.
A major label is the difference between a Kendrick Lamar and a Joey Badass.
That was a good way of putting that.
What I'm saying.
That was a good way of putting that.
Let it burn and the lights out.
Yeah, I remember I was seeing this one post on Shade Room. These people were talking about like, because they were talking about like just lyrical female MCs. I remember it's kind of they were like, yeah, they can rap, but like, do any of these people have hits? It's like, do you not realize how much money it takes to make a hit? Like especially in this day and age, nothing is really organic.
Truly.
Payola, Cardi B.
Yo, why? No, I'm not buying it. Why Cardi gotta be Payola?
Oh, that's what I just heard.
Bodak Yellow was not Payola.
I didn't say it was. I just heard she was using Payola.
I feel like all these artists are using Payola to an extent.
Payola shouldn't be a thing. That's petty. That's cheating. That's lame. Just make the music and get the organic streams. Just let the stream. Man, look.
You have to spend time buying ads, buying billboards, promoting and marketing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely lost on this payola ordeal. What is payola?
That's basically saying that your label pays radio stations to play your music. Or in new age they buy like these bots to stream your music.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Yeah, that's.
Or getting you placed in all these
I remember
playlists.
I remember one time
it's definitely beneficial.
It was a whole ad.
Definitely.
It was a whole ad. The whole Cardi B song was a whole ad. I was like,
yeah.
What? Like the whole song, 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Cardi B said, "Hey, I got."
As an ad, though? And then
She's not the only one that's done that.
Nope.
Definitely not.
A lot of artists have done that. They're labels, so it's not. I'm not mad at it.
What you saying about female MCs though?
Oh, they were basically because they were naming a bunch of lyrical female MCs, and someone was like, "Yeah, but do they have hits?" It's like you gotta spend a lot of money to make a hit, and in order for it to stick, and really, you have to spend a lot of money promoting that. And then a hit and your mainstream success doesn't determine how good you are as an artist or how good you are as a rapper. It's just the team you have behind you and the machine you have behind you. Like the best rappers to me, the majority of them aren't mainstream. Besides Kendrick and Cole, but a lot of them are underground.
Wow.
That's not because they're not good or can't make songs. Some can't, but a lot of them can, but they don't have the machine behind them.
Yeah, that also just goes to show that sometimes labels they hire A&Rs to go and find new and aspiring artists, or to tap into views, or get behind machines that seem like they're broadcasting or something that seem like it's catching a lot of attention. And it's a job of A&Rs pretty much to go by and find these new and aspiring artists. But I believe that as of now, it's like you don't really see A&Rs, let alone hear about anybody being picked up by an A&R to go get signed to a label.
All right, I ain't looked into it, but I think A&Rs are still
they're still out and about. But I believe now an A&R will come to your front doorstep that if you were backed by that machine. It won't just. I mean, you might have that rarity that.
But don't you get A&R through the machine though?
That's what I'm saying. You'd be backed by the machine.
Okay.
It'd be from the machine, putting in those views and giving you these ads, and I believe that's why A&Rs go for that. I don't believe now I believe that you see a lot of artists that seem like they're underrated and they have this good sense of music, and it's like some genuinely good stuff. But you don't see A&Rs going on after them, trying to get them these good deals and everything else. Why do you think that is?
Why A&Rs aren't still around?
Yeah, I mean, not that they're not around, but
social media,
the internet.
Because things trying to catch behind and bandwagon.
Blow up overnight, and someone can go from living at home with their parents to being a millionaire within the span of a few months.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't actually need the record label.
Yep.
But it's hard to sustain that type of momentum without a label. But
constantly pushing.
The internet has changed a lot. It's made independent being easier, but it's still,
especially when it comes to distributing and uploading your own music too. You can really today, at the drop of a dime.
Which one do you think is more beneficial, being independent or being on a label?
I'm biased.
Why?
So I don't know. I just, you know what? I've read too many stories. I've seen too many stories about
artists getting fucked.
You know what I'm saying? In the hand, and you got to put out certain stuff with the industry, and you got to do. It's too many hands.
I say it depends on what label you're on. Because some allow you to have that creative freedom to do whatever you want.
And yes, I'll take that back. Big industry labels. I'm not trying to sign no
major labels.
I'm not trying to sign no Interscope or no Republic.
Why?
Or no color. Not all them hands. It depends on the deal too. You don't need to have your hand in all my baskets, dude. Cause
definitely.
And if it's gotta be all that, I just be independent. If it's gotta be that, if it has to be that, if I gotta do what you say for my art and my expression, I can just be independent.
I just think it's very beneficial.
Because then at that point,
a major label.
Yes, but
they definitely got the machines to keep broadcasting.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, wow.
I think it's a big pill to swallow, and it feels like you're kind of taking from your sense of self because it feels like you're not really owning what it is you're putting out there. And I get where
I'm the artist. I have if I don't produce it, if I don't work, you don't get nothing. We both don't get nothing.
I get that, but then
So,
it's just like
where's
what the label can do by marketing, promoting, and boosting their profile. That will lead to other opportunities.
And what can and I'm getting you this bag at the same time, so there needs to be a respect.
But them boosting a profile will get you more bags.
Yeah.
You'll get
and more bags for
endorsement
them.
deals.
All right, let's say you got your pickup, and that's how this label came to you in the first place, from you being independent. Okay.
Right.
Let's say, all right, so you finally got a song out, and that song a hit. All right. How long do you think you'll stay out in the public eye after that hit? Just like you see the little yodeling kid, or like you'll become a fad altogether. Like you'll have.
Well, see, that's when I would go the distribution deal route.
Yeah.
You don't need to control nothing I'm putting out. I'm not finna go twerk on Satan. I'm not getting Satan a lap dance. No.
Like, you don't have to do that.
Type
Lil Nas X decided
to do that.
Because he wanted
Shit, hey, he sold out.
I think he did all that shit for clout.
He sold out.
If you look at the numbers, the views he's getting, that shit is a #1 record.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
wild.
That's sad. That's sad. To me, that's sad. And if you're doing that for clout is that shit gonna be that's stuff that's gonna die away.
It might seem like it's really happening in the moment.
You sold out.
But you get this shit about a month or so.
On top of that, you getting money.
Don't.
You don't care about none of this for real. You just want to get it back, and that's sad because you worried about all the wrong things.
You mean artists are just trying to get the bag though?
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
What you love, the art of the money.
The money.
Money.
What you love, the art of the money as an artist. I like both, but if you talking about
if you're taking away about the problem my
it's my
original
art
self
first.
and you trying to take that and claim that fully.
You said it again?
I said if you're trying to claim my art and you really putting your hand down in my basket and everything and it's not really feel like it's mine and y'all tell me you're gonna own it.
Or I gotta do stuff for clout just to get it.
I'm still gonna let you have that because you'll be able to broadcast me and I might be able to get
me
it
personally though, because I appreciate.
No, I understand and I agree with you, but I feel like majority of artists in the industry are just going for the bag.
And that's my version too of
really that's worrying about the art.
And that's my version of being selling out. Cause when do you as an artist when do you say, hey, this is my moral, right. This is no. Yeah.
It's about attention and money. Attention. I was telling you this earlier. That's why the 3 easiest things to market and promote in music are sex, drugs, and violence.
You hear that,
and
folks?
that's the archetype of 90% of these rappers follow. They fall into one of these categories. They either glorify violence, over-sexualize themselves, or they purely glorify drug use. Or they're selling of it.
Future.
What?
Future.
Future's a wild boy. Future's a wild boy.
He's
a wild dude.
Yeah.
This man said he didn't want to tell his fans that he wasn't doing drugs anymore because he didn't want them to look at his music differently.
See?
That's
see? You see what I'm saying?
That is sick.
You worry about the money, the bag. What about folks that think that's cool all of a sudden? You could be a mouthpiece for, hey, kids, don't do drugs. Yeah, once I thought it was cool. And I promoted that.
That's not cool though. Like,
you see what I'm saying though? When do you step in and say, hey, come on, folks, chasing the bag though?
Be caring.
That's sad. That's just sad.
That's why 2 things need to happen. Artists need to be more responsible with their voice and their influence, but also we have to stop idolizing these celebrities.
Exactly.
Because they are just regular people who
have an opinion. That's all they got is opinion.
And just because they have like this fan base and this backlash behind them don't mean that their voice is absolutely right.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. They just express themselves too though. At the end of the day, they're humans with expression.
Sometimes, I don't know. There's a difference between expressing yourself and just completely advertising a false image. Or destructive like imagery for people. Especially when you're advertising things you don't personally partake in. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Play. Put it back.
You got anything else you wanted to touch on?
Man, nah. I don't know. Whatever the conversation goes, for real.
I believe we touched on a lot of good topics.
We did, though.
And I believe I definitely know we got a lot more for the next one. I want to dive into this Tory Lanez Megan Stelly.
Was episode 1 of the Blackout podcast. Let us know how y'all felt about it. Give us critique. Let us know what we can do better. But let us know if y'all fuck with it.